heroes of the mighty Scotland, the smartest man in all the land, the best looking man in history. Call on for Derek Pendas. Proud Scotland, the greatest podcast ever. Proud Scotland will change your life. Focus Scotland.
Easy money. Ladies
Easy
and
money.
gentlemen. Well, not eBay.
Dun, 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 dun,
She
dun,
is
dun,
gone.
dun. No, she won't be.
Do you not think so?
Nah.
You don't think she's going to get away
Well-
for at least a couple of years? Because she's got 4.
Yeah, the funny thing is, there's like there'll be machinations within their own party. So her protege he'll be moving for power. So they'll this is terrible, but they'll glad to see the back of the
get rid of
Like
her.
people say, your politics. She's a fucking Nazi.
She's a piece of shit.
Her dad was an actual Nazi, like a wartime Second World War
awful
Nazi.
human.
Yeah. Who's said it's terrible what's happened to her?
I don't say
Donald
it's like,
J. Trump.
What?
He's like, this is terrible. This is just like me. This is France is just this. The
Oh,
crazy
God almighty.
the crazy
They're
left.
just
wing.
open. They're just open about it now. They don't care.
No, there's no.
They're just saying it.
There's no pretense. I think I'm starting to think this is a larger problem with America. This is all hilarious if you're insane. If you're in an asylum
Yeah.
tied to a wall, this is quite a chuckle. Everyone
Okay.
else is thinking this is a little bit more serious. I think this is the beginning of the end of the American empire.
Oh, definitely.
The problem.
Definitely.
This isn't. Although they say everything's better, everything's bigger, everything's.
Yeah.
This is not an America looking forward. This is an America looking back.
Yes.
To
and you
regain-
can never do that.
America was always. I've laughed about the stupidity, the positive stupidity about Americans.
Yeah.
But that gets you over that mountain. That gets you through the cannibalism and the mountain pass.
The syphilis. They've got through it.
the
mainly.
Scottish hookers,
Oh,
the
God.
gold rush. You keep
Oh.
on going because you're fucking positive. They're not now. They're it's yeah. But what happens? Who's the next?
Well, the thing is, it's a globe of countries that all work together
Yeah.
as much as possible. And this is coming to an end.
Yeah.
Because,
What's next?
Well, it's not coming to an end.
Mhm.
It's coming to the end for one country
Yeah.
because they're losing trust of other countries,
Mm-hmm.
right? Their F-35 orders have been cancelled by some countries.
Because he
There's
said we'll give them ones, but we'll give them the shit ones because we don't know if we'll fall out with them.
And
next
then there's, and because
we'll
of
put a wee
the
off
kill
switch.
switch.
Yeah.
So you're like, we're not having that.
No.
They're losing the trust.
Mm-hmm.
And God, why would you do that? And there's this belief in a lot of people that we're on our own, we can do it on our own.
No.
You've got that big because you've been international. You've got that powerful because you've been international.
Yeah.
And being international stops wars.
Mhm.
It stops all these things. This is where it gets a
Yeah.
bit sketchy.
I saw a map the MAGA lot are sharing, which is Greater America, like the Reich, if you will, and it's from Canada right down, just the whole American continent, just like America.
Oh my
And Trump's
God.
now saying, "Oh, I'm going for a third term."
Yeah, I saw that.
They're mooting the thing. Oh, I'll run as vice president. Like remember when old Putin did it?
Yeah, that's exactly what he did.
That's what he did. Yeah,
Oh God, it's
nasty.
and America's so nice.
Well, I watched
It's
it.
such a good place,
Yeah.
and they're being fucked.
Yeah,
It's terrible.
I watched a thing, one episode, and oh God, it's called The Residence. I don't know if you only murders in the building
Okay.
with the loveliest straight gay couple in the world,
Yeah.
Martin Short
Yeah.
and Steve with the nose, and Selena Gomez, who's
Yeah.
married a guy with terrible feet.
Bad
Poor lad.
feet.
Selena Gomez is married. Have you seen Selena Gomez's husband?
I think I've seen him. Isn't he a producer or something?
He's called Frankie Blanco or
That's
something
him.
like
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
Horrible feet.
Oh God.
Just the worst. His face isn't much better. His
feet are worse.
So anyway, that's at whimsical murder,
Yeah.
classily done, beautifully shot. Ted Danson did one when he was solving crime in an old folks' home. Whimsy,
I love that.
yeah.
Yeah.
This new one called The Residence. It's like a fever dream for people who aren't handling the current political situation well.
Right.
So it's like a White House where the president's a gay man
Right.
and lives in the White House with his husband.
Okay.
Most of the people involved are black people. Everything's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
There's a murder in the building, a very polite murder, and they bring in
Very Jessica Fletcher
they
murder.
bring in the best detective in Washington, who's this overweight black lady,
Uh-huh.
and she's just boss. She just all they're going about all day is there's too many dudes in this room. It's like my god, what is
what
this?
they're doing, right? They've got a lighter with not enough fuel in it,
Yeah.
and they're trying all the different. They're setting the different touch papers.
But they're trying to.
There'll be people watching that going,
No,
getting
but
mad.
I don't know who it makes happy because it's going to very much annoy a certain person because it's the right when people get hate it,
hate it.
but it's so cack-handed. I don't know if you watched any of there was the reboot of Star Trek. This is very nerdy stuff.
Oh, carry
Star
on.
Trek,
Right.
and they just go, let's knock the fuck out of science. They did all the
I
time.
saw that.
But there's a lassie who's
Oh.
the most annoying in it, who's this
Right.
red-haired engineer.
Okay.
Chunky lady. Nothing wrong with being chunky. I'm just descriptive.
Nothing. Just this. Yeah.
She's in this show
Right.
as the chef of the White House.
Okay.
And so they've got one lady, overweight lady, who's going, there's too many dudes in here. Shut up, dude. Women speaking. And the
Right.
president's like, oh, yeah, I'll listen. They go to the fucking chef, and she's like, there's too many fucking dudes in here.
Oh,
and she's
right.
like that to the Secret Service. Shut up, this is my kitchen. Getting the Australian foreign minister
It's-
goes now. She's like, shut up, dude. You're a
Oh.
dude in my kitchen.
Now, it's funny you bring it up because that's essentially today's show.
But you know what I mean? It's
I did something.
It's a reaction.
Yeah.
And it's
That's what it is.
It's purely a course correction. Like, remember how there's a lot of people been watching The West Wing because it's this Camelot notion of America,
Yeah.
an intelligent, compassionate president.
It was Star Trek: The Next Generation in the White House.
Yeah.
That's exactly
But
what it was.
It was like clever people try to do stuff.
Yeah, they cared.
They've never had that in America. JFK was fucking 2-minute JFK humping everything. Oh, Ken,
He had the methamphetamine on his cornflakes.
the Clinton administration had just smelt of fucking jizz.
Oh, do you imagine it?
Jizzy. Obama.
Crispy curtains.
They say Obama was very cold, clever guy, but a
Yeah.
bit cautious, but very cold. Not as charming as you would think. And
Okay.
the current madness.
Oh, yeah, well.
Ken, I see Biden's still alive. I thought he died.
No, I don't know.
I thought he just died. I thought he just
didn't
sat. You know, people
went
just-
away and just faded
you know
away.
how you get
Like a
an-
Jedi.
No,
Thump.
you know how you get an old dog and it just, one day it just goes, and it just,
And there's a funny smell and it's gone.
well, I thought, no, he's at the opera. He was away seeing Denzel Washington on stage.
Is there a possibility he's not mental?
Well,
What if that was
Humani-
he wanted out?
I don't think my mum and dad would sit through 2 hours of opera.
It's a long time.
You know, they would need to get up at least once.
It's a long
but I
time.
think Biden, unless he's got a good
Speaking of sexism
Aye.
and stuff like that, on the stream the other day, I was saying, growing up, I've never heard someone being catcalled or wolf whistled or anything like
no,
that.
you saw it on the TV all
I've
the
seen
time.
it on the TV,
Yeah.
but I've never actually in my life seen it. And that sounds very unlikely. And as a woman,
Were
they've maybe
you catcalled by an all-women fucking building team?
something happened.
Whoa.
And I said, I've never seen it, never heard it, or anything like that.
Mhm.
Then the other day, I was getting out of the car here,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a young lad walking down, and he was wearing a young, handsome lad, early 20s, very tall, black hair, but he was wearing a suit.
Mm-hmm.
So it looked like he was going somewhere important.
Cool.
No, he was wearing a dicky bow, and he had a flower. And all the
awful.
guys from the garages were out opening up for the day. This lad took and they're wolf whistling, they're cat calling him, they're doing all the lot. And someone shouted, "I hope you and your husband are going to be very happy." He got abuse all the way around the corner and all the way up the road. So I had to take it back. I have heard cat calling.
That's weird.
It was very weird.
Funny
And
because
one of the people who shouted at him, being a bit homophobic, they're very gay. But we'll leave it there. Don't even mention
what
it.
to do with this building.
I'm not
He was
gonna say.
catcalled by somebody within this building.
I'm not going to say.
One of the team.
I'm not going to say.
Oh, well, the funny enough, because one of the garages up there, a woman I know sees him with hookers all the time.
I know who you mean.
And
I know who you're
he's always,
talking.
he's
I
always.
know who you're talking about.
I have seen him with my own eyes asking a young lassie walking up the road, "Are you free for a date?"
Oh shit! Is that
Yeah.
the code?
It's a code.
Oh fuck! I've been saying the wrong thing.
years ago, I was walking
Mhm.
past the university, and there was a young lassie, rough-looking girl.
Yeah.
Like, she's walking along, and she kind of walked a cobbledy bit, and she walked in front of the guy's car. The guy beeped, and then she's like that, and he leaned out the window and propositioned her.
Oh, right.
But I know the guy,
Mm-hmm.
and I was there, and I know his wife as well,
Oh,
and we're all just
you'll just look.
move on,
See nothing.
see nothing.
It's like if you see a young girl shoplifting baby formula. You saw nothing. You saw nothing.
Yeah, unless they're feeding it to their adult baby.
That's a
You know?
different thing. That's a different thing, and we understand that's a very different thing. But just in general,
Is baby formula not really bad when you can get it free from the tit?
well, not everyone can.
Are some not good
so-
milkers?
No.
How can you
some are-
tell?
Eh?
Is
I
it a
think you
do-
squeeze them around the waist really hard, and if it shoots out,
Aye.
that's okay.
See if you
I'm
fed.
not sure.
Can you flavour that milk?
You can. Yeah, you can have lots of like iron brew, and it comes out fizzy.
Well, I remember they fed the cows too much neeps, and it gave the milk a neepy taste.
That's not pleasant.
Not a nice neepy taste.
Chris Shadowins has bought himself an electric kettle.
Oh, for fuck.
Now, I think
Hold on,
there's
what-
about 3 electric kettles in America. And it got me thinking.
Hmm.
I didn't believe it. He even sent me a picture. I was like, fuck, he has.
It's for steaming open Maggie's mail.
Yeah, see what's going on there.
See what's going on.
Cheeky bastard.
See where all that money's
But
gone.
anyway.
Engelbert Humperdinck tickets.
Oh, God, wouldn't that be great? Lesbian seagull.
One thing before, sorry,
What?
it was a lovely image. Richard Chamberlain sadly died. Dr. Kildare
Yeah.
made it to 90.
90. I wonder
Good
what
old
he died
age.
of.
Well, you know where I'll tell you how you know where he spent his last week?
Where?
On a cruise with his best friend,
Best friend.
Elvira.
No way.
They were great chums.
Cassandra Peterson.
Yeah.
What a night out that would be.
Not dressed as Elvira. She was in their civvies. They were great.
She's lovely.
He's
I love
dressed.
her.
He's dressed full white dress uniform, a captain, slim as a rake.
Yeah, it really
So
is.
he just literally died of death.
He died of death.
He just died of death.
Well, that's the best way to go. Oh,
Imagine
that's
being
wonderful.
fit as a fiddle.
No, I've
And you
always
sit
said
down in your chair and just go.
I'll never go on a cruise. But if I was with Cassandra Peterson,
And Dr. Kildare.
and Cassandra Peterson's wife seems really funny as well,
They,
they would be great company.
yeah. Dr. Kildare.
We're going for dinner. Who's that? It's fucking Cassandra Peterson. The only person that would ruin it is me.
I'm like that. Dr. Kildare, I've sprained my groin.
Look at my
I've
groins.
sprained my groin.
It's mangled.
Oh.
You know what to do.
He would.
Nah, he would. He would.
I think he's one of Hollywood's most famous gays. I think he's the king of the
Well,
Hollywood gays.
Recently, he came out when he was 74.
Yeah, it's wild.
He came out when he was 74. Wonderful guy.
Did Mary Barlow not come out recently, like in his 80s?
Yeah, then
What-
got a facelift.
Do you think Cliff Richard will ever come out?
He's not coming out. He's not. You know he's not gay. Whoever give you the impression that Cliff Richard's gay?
Imagine in 30 years from now when Cliff Richard dies, they're taking the coffin out, and just as they're walking it along, a wee motor kicks in and a wee flag pops out with the gay flag.
The
and
wee
just
gay
waggles
flag
like that.
waggles at the penis. At the penis
You do
level.
know that he has a colostomy bag.
This is the rumor.
This is not true.
No, it's not.
I know this.
It's not true.
What happened was an old lady, she was getting fitted with a stoma colostomy bag.
Yeah.
And she was feeling down. And the surgeon, a touch of genius,
Yeah.
had said to her, don't worry about modern technology. It's all going to be fine. God, Cliff Richard. Do you like Cliff Richard? Cliff Richard's got a colostomy bag. And she spread that rumour about, and it's not true.
Like me and the spoon.
yeah.
It just spreads around. No one gets their penis
Why
hit
were
with a
we
spoon
not
at
offered
school.
that? Oh, I was...
What, a colostomy bag?
No, a cruise with Elvira and Richard Chamberlain.
Jesus. I've always... You hear these questions. Who would you
What
have
level
at
of
dinner?
fame are we at? We wouldn't get an
Oh.
invite to open a bag of crisps
You asked...
halfway across the table.
You've asked for a single sticker from failing companies, and they told us to fuck off.
I know, I think they peaked.
They told us to fuck off.
They could have been places.
They
could.
wouldn't-
Hey,
yeah,
they wouldn't have
that's
done
their
any
choice.
worse.
They couldn't have. Did you see the adverts they put up?
The guy falling down the stairs.
Fucking embarrassing. Fuck the lot of them.
I was thinking the other day for the roadshow. By the way,
Mhm.
people, the
yes.
original
Yeah.
The Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. What would we describe them as?
The 3 levels of shit.
The rather,
God.
the bum, and what is Goldberg? What would you describe her
The
as?
mandibles.
She is
Definitely.
She's an intergalactic something or other.
Voracious, dangerous,
Like a
carries a knife.
like a human triffid.
Oh, yeah.
They're on their way,
Fragrant.
and the
but-
money is going towards the roadshow. I had a fucking wonderful idea for the roadshow the other day.
Oh, God.
It came
okay.
to me.
Dancing.
No,
Oh.
we interview animals at Camperdown Zoo.
Oh,
We'll
fuck, I'm
befriend-
in. I'm in.
We'll befriend a
I'll
pig.
do it.
We'll befriend a pig.
Do they have the little goats?
Yes.
Oh, I'll do it.
I'm going to reach out to them. And
I'll do
I'll
it.
say, could we?
Could we interview the pigs?
We'll go in before it's open and interview a pig. We'll go about. I'm sure they'll be fine about it.
They
yeah.
don't care.
We've got stickers. We look like we're a thing.
Oh, wonderful.
We'll see if we can, because all doors we've tried to open so far have been slammed in our face,
And
on
then-
our toes,
and then
and
hammered
slammed,
shut. Yeah.
and then slammed, and then they're no longer a door. They've filled in the door, so there's never going to be a
But
door
I do
there.
know people from the council listen to us. Some
That's not a good thing.
no, some hate us.
Uh,
Some love us.
not a good thing.
This is what I've
But I'm
found out.
hoping people go into the animal side of things because they don't like people. So we're hoping they're
Oh.
just so oblivious to us.
Yeah,
Eh,
that's a
Yeah.
good idea.
I'm thinking about putting we should interview the bear, but I'm going to put a little bit of meat in your back pocket.
I think it'd be good content.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting.
Because the kill, yeah. So I'm
Okay,
going
we
to do
do
that.
that.
So hopefully we can do that. Why not
So Chris Shadow's got a kettle, and it gave me an idea. This is for the show.
an electric kettle?
We invest
Do
in
the French
kettles.
have kettles?
Yeah, they're
Would you-
small
hold
though.
on, you invest in kettles.
Listen, there's no kettles in America. They're so hard to get. What we do, we get a load of kettles. We head across there. There's no tariffs on a kettle. So we go across there, right? Kettles in our pockets. We pay like Kim Kardashian a few quid to dangle our sponge over it, take a picture. They'll sell like hotcakes. When I had to make a cup of tea when I was in the States, it was a pot on the stove. There was nothing to make. Honestly,
I do think they have kettles.
They don't. They don't have kettles.
I've seen them. They have those pouring kettles. For
They don't have
coffee.
electric kettles.
Oh, they do.
They don't. It's a fact. There's like 3 in America right now.
The
Chris
French,
Shadow's got one with a blue light.
the French, they have kettles now.
Yeah, but they're small. Little tiny kettles.
We need big. So it's big kettles. So you tell me, America's famous levering's bigger in
Yeah.
America, but our kettles are bigger than the Americans. That's our one.
No, we
boasting.
have them. They just
Mm.
don't have them. You
So
go to
what do they
Amsterdam,
do?
do you remember? Narrow kettles. Everyone's got different
because
kinds of
they've got wee
kettles.
narrow houses.
Narrow houses, they've got a narrow kettle to fit through the front door. Little
Right.
tiny things. Not
Right.
us. We've
Is
got-
the narrowest house in the world not in Amsterdam?
I
It's basically it's the width of this table.
I thought it was London it's in. There's one about like 2.5 feet wide in
Is it
London.
in London?
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me. It's
It's
a
got a
million,
kettle.
£1 million house.
Well, it is. It's really
I
expensive.
listened to a documentary
Right.
about the tap that produces instant boiling water.
Right, okay.
Con, don't bother with them.
What?
I've lived in a world where 2 things I've always wanted is a fridge that just goes with ice.
Oh,
And
yeah,
a-
like on the
and a
American
tap like
films.
Americans.
Yeah.
They had one in E.T.
Yeah.
and a tap boiling water. It's supposed to be more economical. It's not. It's a pile of shit.
What?
It's
Linda's
one of-
got one.
It's one of these
She
things.
made me jealous.
It's one of these things you think it's better, but it doesn't really save you money or anything.
It's just the same.
It's just the same.
just the same.
Just a con.
Oh, well, it's not the con if it's the same.
Con.
It's a con if they say it's less.
They say it's better. It's
Yeah.
not better.
Well,
And you scold your children. They just go. Scold
that's a good
themselves.
point. I've got one of the kettles that it does 1 cup at a time, but it boils instantly.
Right.
It goes, and that's it.
Just
that
a cup,
quick.
Just a cup.
Just a cup, but it's quick, so you can get all your cups done. Don't need
Okay.
to wait on it. They're
Is
great.
it a tiny kettle?
No, it's like a normal
Big.
British masculine
Engineering.
kettle.
Because remember they took away the powerful hoovers.
Yeah.
Did
Ones
that
that pick
impact
your
our
carpet
lives?
up.
Remember the people that says, "Oh, we don't want a powerful hoover. We don't want to lose our powerful hoovers." Like, but if it makes less noise and it's as efficient, what's the problem with that? Like,
People feel
Uh.
that if there's less power,
yeah,
you're losing something. You're being conned.
it's like people says, "We don't want to
You're
get rid
not.
of this massive steam engine. I want a." It's like remember the folk that just didn't want LED lights.
Yes, people said I can't see it. I can't. The only thing with LEDs now that I have to admit is that on cars I can't see fuck all at night.
They're too bright.
They're too bright, and all the cars are bigger now.
Yeah.
So, and I've got a smaller car, so
Yeah.
and I'm trying to think how often I'd have to move my mirror. It was very rarely. Now it's every night.
I think the only recent thing that people are struggling with is the bottle cap that doesn't come off to recycle.
I've seen a lot of cut noses.
People can't deal with
They
that.
can't.
It's
It's too much.
extraordinary.
They take it off and they put it straight
Kenny's
in their
been
eye.
a bit quiet. That critical stinker guy, that's
Is he-
pretend Scottish guy. Well, he's losing his mind about that. Snow White.
Oh, God knows why.
Be like,
Who
it's a
cares?
children's film.
Who cares?
Why do you care? Remember, like Teddy Ruxpin.
Mm-hmm.
I don't recall my father like
Losing his mind over
going
it.
down to the fucking Parliament to say Teddy Ruxpin. It's not like Teddy Ruxpin when I was a kid. Well, didn't have telly when my dad was a kid. But you know what I mean? It's have people got too much time in their hands?
Yes.
Because people listen to us. It makes me think.
Yes. That's proof.
Aye.
You know where the proof is?
Aye.
There's no capacity to be bored anymore.
No. So you just get angry.
You've got. It's a reaction. It's emotional.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you why. Right? We both do this. No matter how much you deny it, we doom scroll. You come up with 40 memes a
When
day
I'm
for
doom
me.
scrolling, everywhere I go, I think this can't get worse. And then a picture of you pops up.
This is what happens.
And I'm like, I'm truly doomed.
You do it, I do it.
Yeah.
My mum, 83,
Yeah.
she 83 the other day, she doom scrolls.
She doesn't
for
have
hours.
time.
No, but this is the thing, right?
Jesus.
You get this instant dopamine. When you take it away, it's like, what do I do? What do I do? And it's when you see everything, it's emotional reactions. No one's been considered because that's the way you've been trained with this fucking
Oh,
phone.
jeez.
And it's an emotional
When I was
reaction.
walking here today, there was this lassie. She looked a bit of a scumbag, to be honest.
Oh,
But she was on her phone walking down the street, fine.
yeah.
Not looking where she was going. She had two very small children who were like walking on the road and shit, oblivious.
Oblivious. See, this is it. It's a
You
genuine
often,
addiction.
you do see now, somebody will be pushing a pram about and their baby there, the fruit of their loins,
Yeah.
this beautiful, perfect
They've won the
creature
lottery. They've
that's
got
looking
yeah.
at them. You'll never be loved like a child, a baby looks at its mother. That is the epitome of love. There's no greater love. The bond is cosmic.
Mhm.
Nothing stronger than that bond. The baby's looking, I love you. Yeah. And then women's just like that, looking at fucking shite. Leggings by the looks of their fat arses these days.
Addiction.
Yeah.
Addiction. It's
I
the
think
instant dopamine over and over and over.
I think we're just heading towards a little course correction.
Mm-hmm.
And I see they're telling people in the West to like have like 72 hours worth of stuff in your house
Oh, Jesus fuck.
because there could be something's happening. Oh no, I'm too old. Part of
can't-
me thinks if
I
you'll-
used to want a Mega Man.
yeah.
Now I'm
Oh.
I'm happy with my Xbox. I'm happy.
I'm conflicted. Part of me thinks
Mhm.
if it's gonna happen, let's get it to happen. I've been to the gym for a few weeks. I feel like I'm capable of looking after
I
myself.
can't even get up fucking stairs.
I don't want it to happen in 10 years because I'm not going to be able for it. I'm not going to be up
I'm
for
not
the
able
time.
for it now. Look at the angle of my shoulders
Oh,
now.
God, there
This
is a-
one's just given up.
There is a droop.
Jesus God,
There is a droop.
this isn't good. So let's see what everyone's saying. Let's get cheered up because they will cheer us up.
Yeah.
Let's see what's going on. And
They will cheer us up, really?
well, I think so.
Do you
They
feel
always-
cheered up by it?
No, but I'm trying to be positive.
Well, let's
Dev. So, just heard they've put up a statue of Sean Connery in Dundee based on Zed from Zardos. Are you happy or jealous? I didn't know about this.
Is this April Fool's?
Yes.
Okay.
But the wonderful thing is, I want it.
Well, where's the connection?
Eh? What do you mean connection? We don't
Sean
need a
Connery to
connection.
Dundee. There will be, yeah, there has to be.
No, there doesn't. Just put shit up.
No, they put up a public figure's got to have connection to the place.
Nah, just
Kerry
put it up.
Muir's got fucking him out of the fucking band. Bon Scott. No, Dundee. He's from Edinburgh.
Well, who cares? Just
He'd
put
be
it
in
up.
Edinburgh.
It's an April Fool's. We know that.
We'd have even better Brian Cox
Mm-hmm.
dressed up like he was in Zardoz.
Oh, no.
Can you imagine?
Oh, he's like a naked Tweety Pie.
Can you imagine?
Thin legs, huge
I
body.
picture him having a body very much like Elon Musk.
Oh, not a good body.
Even more barrel chested.
Oh,
Has he ever been, just before I search for it later,
don't do it.
you ever looked at Brian Cox? Has he ever got his Wally attacker out?
Oh, I hope not.
Has he done sex scenes?
Right, you get a film.
Because he's very sexual
Would you
in
do a
real
sex
life.
scene?
With whom?
It doesn't matter. It's acting.
Eh,
I wouldn't.
if we were both wearing Merkins, yes.
Sexy.
I don't want to touch tips with anybody.
I wouldn't do it.
No.
No.
There's a guy was
I'm
posting.
too shy.
It was made me giggle. I think it was on. I don't know. Doesn't matter. A guy posted a picture of a large guy. He's reaching for it and he's got a hold of this arse.
Oh.
Ken, he's like, Ken Lee, check
Oh,
check a loaf for freshness. He's got it. Ken, when you tear open
Oh.
an olive loaf,
Yeah.
and somebody said, "Oh, this lady has a delicious arse. Does anyone know the actress?" Ken, it's a still from a porn film.
Yeah.
And one guy says, "I'm sorry to break your brain here. That's a gay porno. That's a man's arse." And the guy's like laughing. It just
Panicking.
crushed his world.
Oh dear.
Poor guy.
Well, actually, I've
Mhm.
just thought sex scene in a film.
Ah,
Cassandra Peterson.
can you imagine? Now?
Even now.
Aye.
Have you seen her? She still goes to conventions.
Oh,
That
she
her
does.
body's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
She's an older lady.
There'll be a bit of tape, though.
Eh,
It's amazing what you can do
we're
with
all
tape.
using
Spanx.
tape now. Fucking
The
hell.
I can. Have you done an AI porno with the Golden Girls?
No.
Picture the scene.
Yes.
You walk into their. Did they live in a condominium? Big houses, a Golden
I'm
Girl.
not sure what a
Did-
condominium
Did
means.
they live in the same house or were the neighbours, the Golden Girls?
Same house.
Okay. You walk in,
Huge living room.
big leather settee, and they're all sprawled out. Which of the ladies would you visit
Blanche.
first?
What?
Blanche.
What?
That big jaw of hers. Have you seen the Golden Girls when they give them modern haircuts?
haircuts. And they're clearly a lot younger than us. Clearly.
Yeah, my favourite Golden Girl's her with the gruff voice.
Yeah.
She's a talented one.
She-
no. So Betty White's great as well.
No, Betty White's like,
Betty White's
watch
fantastic.
behind the scenes.
Oh, wonderful.
And they're all just sitting and the crew walking about.
Smoking.
And they're not giving a shit. And every 5 minutes, Betty White goes, last night, and she comes out with this huge joke.
Yeah.
And they're made up on the spot. They're
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
hilarious.
Betty White.
Non-stop.
Kind of want to. Late Placid was maybe the one of the last things. She did a few.
No,
she's
she's done a
lasted
few
another
things.
10.
Yeah.
Her performance in Late Placid is
But she's so
extraordinary.
much fun.
Yeah, she's been fun.
And you see her at interviews.
There's
and
no
that,
what
she's
the one
great.
thing I can say
Bright as fuck.
that keeps me from hanging myself off a tree
Mm.
is when you get older, you can still be happy, but
Of
you've got
course you
to
can.
you have to try harder. Happiness comes easier with youth.
No, you know what it is?
Mm.
I saw a thing, and a 70-year-old can have the same fitness as a 30-year-old, but it's harder,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can do it. The
Yeah.
body does work like that.
Yeah.
So, it's the same mentally. It's easy to become a bit nihilistic that you've got through the best years of your life. Who told you it's the best years of your life? Think about that. Like, okay, I went through my 20s and 30s. I wouldn't go back to them for fucking love nor money.
Well, think about
I'm
your,
in a
think-
better time now,
Think
and I'm
about your
wonky.
childhood. People think you have childhood, but you have no control of your life when you're
Yeah.
a child. You're told what to do all the time.
You don't know anything.
Your
so you're-
20s. Well, I don't. Well, there's a
I
lot
wouldn't
of-
go back.
I was drinking a bit. 30s, I was drinking a wee bit. And 40s were good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm having a better time now.
Are you?
Yeah,
Oh Jesus, your life was shut up. What?
yeah, it was.
This is a peak of your life.
Not shit, but
Wow.
it wasn't.
Oh.
This at this point, I'm
Oh. But you're
more
happy with it.
focused. Yeah.
You're focused.
No, happiness is not to do with what externally people see your life is.
No, it's your personal.
It's the way I see it.
Oh
and
God,
I'm definitely
100%.
I'm definitely
I
better. now.
I know people who present on the internet that their lives are glorious, and I know for a fact they're a fucking grumpy, sad cunt.
Well, I present my life's falling apart, which it kind of is,
Yeah.
but I'm
Oh,
still
So you're
happy.
you're presenting. Okay.
I'm not present. I mean, it's like when I'm streaming, people know my business is
Yeah.
in trouble, like everyone else in this fucking building.
Yeah.
They know I've got a few physical ailments I'm trying to deal with,
Mm.
but that's just life. Inside,
Who
I'm,
is-
I'm
who's truly
enjoying
happy?
it. I'm
I
happy.
genuinely think the saddest person in the world is Elon Musk.
I think he's
I've
genuinely sad.
decided. Yeah.
He's genuinely sad.
I watched Hisabi,
Okay,
and he was interviewing Elon Musk's daughter.
I
and
watched it.
Somebody underneath said, "Oh, really sad. They were being a bit of a cunt.
Yeah,
Really
yeah.
sad for him. The person he hates so much, he looks just like him." And somebody commented, "No, because they've got joy in their eyes. They're happy."
They're happy. What's her name? Is Vivian? Oh,
Vivian, yeah,
Vivian, something like that. absolute delight.
Sparky,
Full of energy.
full of youth.
And yes.
And the only,
Oh, that's
you know, the only
it's,
thing,
and it's wonderful to see
the only,
someone's got fucking,
the only thing they can slag it for, and it's a cell phone. They say, "Oh, wait till you need the money from your dad," and you're like, all you can see the world through is cash. You're just, you're like all the others.
This young woman doesn't give a fuck.
She doesn't need him.
She doesn't need
She'll
him.
be fine.
Did you see her? She's full of thought and direction, and it's like you're saying that
The one thing I can
sparky
see
youth.
is
She's gonna be fine. Doesn't need that.
Musk, he's not a genius. He's just averagely intelligent. He's had emeralds. But the one thing you can say about him, back in the day, he had kind of enthusiasm. But he goes through the motions of being
That's
enthusiastic.
what we just said. As
He's
you get
not
older,
yeah.
you can allow, and it's up to you.
Mhm.
You're the gatekeeper to allow the bleakness coming
You're
in,
the captain of your ship, mate.
right? Or you just get colourful and you enjoy life. And you see people, we've just mentioned them, like Betty White and that.
Yeah.
She didn't allow it in.
Yeah.
We had this old friend, she would come to the house
Uh-huh.
and she was 99. And she'd go like that, Derek. At Christmas, she'd come up every year. She was just a friend of the family.
You weren't,
And she goes,
you weren't having a
No.
thing
And she
with
went,
him,
do you want to know something?
Bit
I
young
went,
for you.
what's that? She goes, about 3 years ago, I was at the bus stop.
Okay.
And she went, fuck me, I'm old.
Oh.
She goes, I just realised I was old.
Oh.
She goes, and I was in a bit of shock for a couple of days. And she was in her mid-90s, and
Oh,
she only
jeez.
realised
Yeah.
she used to be a professional dancer. She'd tour the
Yeah,
world.
yeah.
She was still teaching
Mhm.
until she was 90 years old.
Oh, wonderful.
And she was just, but she was funny and
But
she was sharp, but she didn't take herself seriously. And she looked for joy in everything.
But the brain shaking. Getting old, folk find it to be horrific and unnatural, but it's not. It's a perfectly natural thing. So your brain, you think yourself, just sit about worrying how old you are. You're not.
No, you
Your whole
don't.
chemistry is different. It's all part of it.
Yeah.
Part of the experience.
I'm more than happy.
But
being
you've
here.
got to have an interest.
Hobbies.
You need hobbies.
How many times on this show have I say have a hobby?
Hobbies are essential.
Now, I'm so strict about that.
Bleaching your asshole cannot be your only hobby. You've got one asshole. You've got a lot of them.
Okay, I've got nothing to add then. I'm going to get a hobby
Get a
beyond
hobby.
that. Well, no, I'm starting.
Because how bleached is a bleached asshole? Can it be too bleached?
Uh-huh.
Can it be too bleached?
You could get too excited. Anyway, I now stream. And it's become like a hobby as well. It's
Yeah.
something that I want to get good
It's a
at and
compulsion with you.
do. A compulsion. But
Is each time you do it?
a little bit more clothes is coming off.
Yeah.
Everyone will tell you that's exactly what's been happening. I'm saying it's getting a bit warmer, but no.
God, man. Just your
I'll
shirts
soon-
open down to your crotch.
Well, they'll pay.
Just don't show dick root.
You don't like Dick Root
No, don't have the dick of your root out, the root of your dick.
or whoever it is.
Whoever it is.
Just don't get it out.
Because shadowings.
Oh my God. He keeps asking me for feet pictures. I'm not meant to say that, but every time. Has he asked for you for the pictures of
No,
your feet?
he's no.
Well, I could show
What
my
I can do,
athlete's
Chris,
foot.
I've got some dental alginate. I can make a realistic copy of your feet and
I'll
turn
do
it
it.
into
I'll do it.
turn it into a
Oh,
vajankle.
A vajankle. He'd do it as well, dirty fuck.
It's a vajankle. What about instead of a vajankle,
Mm-hmm.
you get the foot, but where the heel of the foot is,
Mm-hmm.
it's just a squishy pair of balls. Nice squishy, like silicone balls.
I've got a weird story for you.
Okay.
How can I put it? At one point,
Uh-huh.
a girl I know got a gift
Uh-huh.
of a moulding kit for a
Oh,
particular...
of course you did.
Right?
How 90s? Was this the 90s?
You know where we're going.
Yeah.
And I did the mould
Uh-huh.
and made the object.
She let you be
No,
tools
she'd
and
done
that.
it. She'd done it. Right? It's very difficult. I had to keep thinking of the Golden Girls because it takes quite a while and it fucking heats up. Be careful.
What were you using?
I don't know what it was, but
Dental alginate doesn't heat up, but they
This
use
stuff-
plaster of
it
Paris.
was hard.
Oh no!
Holy shit, I almost lost it.
The famous story at the art school.
Mm-hmm.
This lassie said, "I want to take a cast of my hands.
Yeah.
Can't be difficult." Gets a big fucking bucket,
Uh-huh.
fills it with plaster of Paris, and goes like that, and stands. The plaster of Paris heats up. She
Boiled her hands.
She tries to take her hands out of the bucket. Can't move them.
She's running around with two buckets on her
Scalds
hands.
all her. No, it's one bucket.
Well, I was almost scalded.
Oh
But
no,
there's a
Where
way.
did you buy this from? The old
Oh, I don't know
Overgate?
where it came from, but put it this way: if you're using a certain part of your body, there's a way
Yeah.
out. It comes out rather easy.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, she got the mold. The item was made.
Uh-huh.
Never saw the item.
Mm.
She gave it to her sister as a Christmas present.
What is it? Just like a paper.
I didn't like this.
There's
I've
a-
never felt so
There
violated
was,
in my life.
there's a lassie I worked with, and she goes to me,
Yeah.
my mother and I have signed up for a pottery class.
Oh God.
And as soon as she said that to me, I thought, I know what she's going to make at pottery
Mhm.
class. She was that kind of lassie. And she was trying to show me, she goes, yeah, do I see a picture? And I go, I
Mhm.
know exactly what. She goes, mate, it's a pottery vagina.
A vagina. They always
And
do
then
vaginas.
she goes, do you know where I'm going to put it? I'm like, I know exactly where you get to put it. She put it in the door of her bathroom.
In the bathroom.
She shares a flat with her husband.
No, honestly, the amount
It's
of
so
bathrooms I've been
predictable.
in, and there's a fanny on the back of the door.
Yeah, it's so predictable. So predictable.
The amount of girls that I've met, and you go, I'll just nip to the toilet, wash my hands and that, because you're going to get friskies, and I like
Yeah.
to get the dirt from out under my nails.
Oh,
And you go in, and you
Give
look
that
on the
love.
back of the door, and you go, well, there's no surprises now.
put a handle on it,
Yeah.
some bristles, and you could get cat hair off your trousers with it and polish your shoes.
That'd be good. See? Money.
Oh, or a dispenser for hand sanitizer. Just point the clit.
Oh. But I've seen that a lot.
Yeah.
And what they do is because it's on a flat bit,
Aye.
on the outside, they do like painted triangles and
just
that.
something.
It's just some poster
The
paint.
what was the women that used to go about and take the plaster casts, all the stars?
Oh,
Cock.
yeah.
And there's a wall of cocks, and
Yeah.
one of them's Roger Daltrey's, and I think one's maybe Jimi Hendrix. They needed 2 things of plaster.
I
first.
thought that this girl had done it to me.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be on her wall with all the other ones she had.
Oh.
But no, it went to her sister.
There was, when I was at art school, there was a guy, I'm not going to say his name, but his whole thing
Mm-hmm.
was casting women's breasts.
Oh.
It's difficult to do because if you put weight on the tit, it
Goes
flattens
the wrong
them.
shape. If it's dangling,
Difficult-
it's the wrong
dangling.
shape.
It's a difficult. But he got this lassie, really bonny girl that I was at art school with, and he got, not the cleverest girl maybe,
Okay.
and he got her to do it, and he made these boobs.
Oh.
And he cast them in fiberglass, so he had these boobs and he'd bronze them. He just it was a technique from him. He was being sneaky,
Oh,
but you've
right,
got
okay.
you got man's got to have a game, and his game was quite transparent. But she had a boyfriend, so she was never going to go out with him. But she was happy to give him a copy
Get
of
her
the boobs.
tits done.
Anyway.
Yeah.
He started handing these boobs out to people. He was giving people her, and it was her boobs. She had copyright
what?
of them.
For what purpose?
Gifts. There you go. You can have a pair of these tits. So
I
our
know how she felt.
our boyfriend got wind of this, and he's not happy
Yeah.
because her boobs were all over the place.
Yeah, I understand.
He had a certain feeling of ownership of her boobs,
It's her boobs, man.
complex.
Oh.
So she went to the guy and she says, "Look, I'm not happy. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry."
Then he finessed him to
I'll
get his dick.
I'll destroy. No, he's like, I'm going to destroy. I'm really sorry. I've got rid of them all. But he says, I'm really sorry, but I would love to capture your beauty. So can I do a face cast from you? And he worked his magic on her, and she says, okay.
Yeah.
So she goes up to his studio, and she's no sign of him.
Mm-hmm.
She's waiting. He's got a big cupboard. Have a look at that. Opens a cupboard. About 100 pairs of tits. He'd just been making tits.
Why you get so? I've had an idea.
Uh-huh.
You get her tits,
Uh-huh.
fiberglass.
Uh-huh.
You join them all together in the shape of a canoe, and on the top, one of the big vaginas.
No, the vagina bit you could
You sit in it.
no, you
What?
could just place your oar and it would just sit in the vagina like that.
No, it's not like a rowboat. You're like a canoe.
Oh, a canoe.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's the shape of it.
Did you see that guy Bobby Fingers? He did the Jeff Bezos canoe.
No.
If
Is
you
it
know
good?
watch
I've not
Bobby
seen it. I've seen Bobby Fingers.
Bobby Fingers is the greatest man in the internet. He just makes the best. He made a giant face of Jeff Bezos
Oh,
and canoed about in it.
I've not seen
And then
that.
he made a film about pirates. Oh, it's fucking something else.
Wonderful.
We should hide something somewhere and get people to dig it up.
I have headed stuff
Have you?
somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boxes that are full of, I'm not going to say what.
Sex toys?
I'm not going to say.
Cum?
Riger R. good morning, motherfuckers.
Oh.
And it is a good morning. So bright and sunny I could hardly see. The longer evenings are nice too, but they should even be longer. Should we go for 2 or even 3 daylight savings hours? Wouldn't that make sense? How many people are needing light at 4 in the morning? You know what? I've never thought. You always think I'm going to move it an hour.
Shake it about.
There's no harm. Move it 3 hours.
Yeah, no, but
There's
just
13 hours
randomly.
There's 13 months in the year.
Why stick to hours?
But
Why
we
not
don't-
months?
Yeah.
Years. It's 1975 again.
They don't know what year it is. Do you know that?
Yeah, they don't. Nobody.
They don't know what it is.
Nobody knows anything.
They think it's. I think it's 13 years wrong.
I was walking down here today and I saw this beautiful little cat, black and white cat,
All right.
purr in his pan. I thought, that cat doesn't know what year it is. It doesn't know that 2025 is shaping up to be a right bag of shit.
Well, this is the thing. We could change it by days, whatever, and just if we play our cards right and move the hours about permanently, daylight all the time.
I love it. You know the episode of The Next Generation where they all got amnesia and they don't know
Yes.
who anybody is?
Yeah.
And Worf is like that. I've got this big gold thing on my chest. I'm the chief.
Yeah.
I wonder what would happen if the whole world became amnesiacs. What would be a sign of power?
Well, here's the thing. I'd probably wake up in the morning
Mm-hmm.
and I get dressed. These clothes must be mine.
Uh-huh.
I look in the mirror and I go, well, I look like I have a failing business in a small industrial unit in the middle of town. Well, that's where and I'd probably find my way here.
Would
And I'd get into work as normal, going, I don't know how I got here. Yep.
no, you wouldn't know where you're going, mate.
But it's,
Amnesia.
I think I'm
You think
so,
you're like a fucking homing pigeon?
No, I just think I'm so
You're lizard
obvious
brain.
what I am.
Ah.
It would get me here. I don't think I would mistake
No.
myself for anyone else. I wouldn't put this on beanie and go,
No.
I might be a king. No,
Would
I'm
you
not going to
walk-
do that.
Would you not maybe walk down to a psychiatric unit?
Though that's a possibility.
Aye.
But you
Can the
would wake up, look in the mirror,
No.
just fuck.
Ah.
You'd be afraid. You're like, what have I done
What
in
have
my
I done?
previous
I'd
life?
run out into the street.
Yeah,
So I'll
say,
just
I'm sorry, I give myself up.
carry on with what I'm doing.
Awful.
You know what I'd probably do? Go into the garden and just
Uh-huh.
have a wee dig about, just to check.
Just to make sure. Because you would
Shit.
assume with that face.
Go into the shed.
Captain Mark Phillips.
There's no human beef jerky out here. I think I'm okay.
Well,
Captain, okay, let's hear it.
I was in a graveyard last week, and this guy popped up from
Doing
behind the
what?
gravestone. You never ask. And this guy popped up from behind the gravestone and said, "Morning." And I said, "Morning." And he replied, "No, I was just having a shit." The best Bob Mortimer. Oh, morning. No, I was just having a shit. Best Bob Mortimer joke ever. It took me a minute. But it's a very good... Bob Mortimer is incredibly funny and bizarre. I love it.
I've always found Bob Mortimer funny. Vic Reeves just makes me vomit. I can't stand him.
And do you not like him?
No,
You would say you two were separated at birth.
he's disgusting. And I hate his wife.
Well...
I met the two of them. They were
Oh, you've met
they
them,
were walking
though.
about in London and they were just
Right.
ghastly. They were performing in the street and I find it disgusting.
Mm.
Bob Mortimer's charming.
He's had 12 heart attacks
I know. He's always having a heart attack.
every week.
But I don't like that. This is maybe heresy to a lot of people. I don't like that fishing show they do.
Oh, I've never seen
It's so
that.
twee. When everything goes, it's got a touch of the Cilla Blacks. Like
Right.
there used to be the repair shop and they just
Mhm.
repairs shit.
Mm-hmm.
But now they do the close up to get. Yeah, your father would have been so proud. And they try and zoom in to get a tear. Well, Bob Mortimer and what's his name, fish, and it's just too contrived. But I watched a clip of it's a new show. I won't watch it because it's got Jimmy Carr in it. But the two, it's to make each other laugh.
Right. Oh,
And
I've seen clips.
It's Bob Mortimer with
I saw the clips
Richard
of him.
Ayoade, who I don't like either.
I'm not a
but
fan of him.
no.
But Bob Mortimer was
Bob
really funny
Mortimer
on
was
it.
just funny. He's
He
naturally
commits
he's got
to the
funny-
stupidity.
yeah, he's got funny bones.
and
He's
it just
ludicrous.
doesn't
Yeah.
end.
So Bob Mortimer, 100%.
And that's what I used to love about Vic Reeves' Big Night Out. Is that it
Jim
was,
Moyer.
Yeah, it was just bizarre.
Yeah.
It was just stupid. It was
Yeah.
absurdist, and I was completely all
Yeah,
in with
no,
that. I
no,
loved it.
no.
In
He did
1989,
that.
was it?
Lady, I'm a dancing.
Oh yeah, I don't like the
What was-
music.
What was it? What was the band? he
Or the
did?
Wonder stuff.
Oh, the Wonder stuff.
I saw.
Are
an
they
interview.
still with us?
If you want, probably. But if you want to see anything with the Wonder stuff, watch Gilbert the Alien
Yes. Oh,
interviewing
you
him.
him.
It's fucking great. And the snot used to pour out it, and he'd flick his head around, and they'd actually get snot in their mouth, and it was just wonderful.
But does he attack him?
I can't remember that one, but I'm sure
Long-haired layabouts.
Oh God, people
Hippies.
with long hair.
Gaz Top. I love Gaz Top.
Gaz Top was great. I enjoyed him.
Yeah, I didn't like Fred Dinage.
No, I didn't like
He's
him.
a fucking right-wing
Gaz Top.
zealot.
And Gaz Top
Mhm.
on that show. What was it called? Where
the
Gilbert
side
was on.
Hey, Saturday Starship.
No,
They came to Dundee one
was
time,
it?
didn't they?
But whatever it was, there was a girl on it with blonde hair,
Oh,
and
typical.
it doesn't matter what interview.
Uh-huh.
When Gilbert just starts destroying it, it's that comedian, I can't remember his name that played him, but he just ruins every interview.
Yeah.
He comes out with the most bizarre,
Yeah.
absurdist stuff. This girl just fucking seethes with anger.
Right.
She seethes with genuine anger. You shut the fuck up. I'm trying to be. This is the start to her career.
Oh.
And this green puppet is
Fuck.
fucking ruining
Well,
it.
you're remembering him, but not her.
Don't watch it
Imagine
for
the
her.
state of
She's
that puppet now.
angry.
Imagine the state of that
It'll just
puppet.
be powdery now.
Powdery, yeah. Powdery.
Micah,
Okay.
morning lads.
Oh, lads, eh?
Yeah,
Okay.
she's getting too familiar.
Shite. That's the kind of thing
You got to watch
We're
this
not on a
one.
building site. We're
Yeah,
men.
Exactly. Men.
Men, thanks.
I have something exciting to share with you
Oh,
today.
for fuck's sake.
There's a new app that's looking to advertise, and I think it would be perfect sponsorship for you. Oh, okay, this is someone helping. Let's hear it out. It's called Dog Spot. Oh, my God. Right, this girl goes regular dogging. She told me all about it. She was telling everyone on the stream. It's
In her van.
she knows all the spots and everything.
Brings a van.
Yeah. I think she leaves the van and cycles.
Ah, the last little bit. Okay. Would you really leave your bike at a dogging spot? Would they not steal it?
It'll come back rusty at least.
Oh, the dog.
It is kind of like Pokemon Go, but instead of collecting boring fake creatures, you can take photographs of real dogs you encounter.
Oh, dogs.
I hear XL bullies are worth a lot of points, though you might get points deducted if you end up with a missing foot. Anyway, thought it might be perfect for you when you take this show on the road. Got to maul them all. She's even done a little line at the
Funnily
end.
enough,
Thanks,
we're
Mike.
going to go and do animals. We're going to interview pigs and
Gonna be-
stuff. Exotic pigs.
Who knows what they're going to say?
Well, funny, on dog spotting, I was
Dundee pigs, though.
2 days ago. I'm down town, and I see a couple, both with walking sticks, by and by. They've got dogs.
Mhm.
The man is walking
Yeah.
a Doberman pincer, big Doberman.
Okay.
The woman is walking a small pincer, so it looks just like a Doberman, but it's about this size.
Oh, right.
So big dog, little dog, they just look the same.
Right.
But they were too far away, so I wasn't going to get chased after them. I love your dogs. Yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
walking back for the work, here's the couple.
Oh.
And I walk up to them and say, that is a charming combination.
Oh.
They get really annoyed with me like I'm insulting their dog.
Oh, fuck.
So I'm, oh well.
That fucking went wrong.
Oh well. I was trying to be friendly. Not making that mistake ever again. Never again.
I'm going to do these last two, then I'm going to tell you what happened to me.
Okay.
Barty
What?
Slapfast.
In life?
Just
Oh,
the other
recently,
day.
okay.
The other day. Goron, have you discovered Common Side Effects yet? It's a wonderful animated
Mate,
series
I was telling people about it already.
with a look and similar feel to Scavenger's Reign. Highly recommended. Love. Dodd, hope you're doing well in yours.
Oh, not seen
They're all
Dodd
good.
for a
Not
while.
seen for a while.
Scavenger's Reign, I fucking loved. I've watched it all through twice.
Okay.
Common Side Effects, what I love about it is it's comical, but it's fucking brutal. It's
Okay.
this wonderful fucking blend of stuff. There's real peril in this thing.
Okay.
It's about mushrooms. I'm not going to spoil it.
No, don't.
It's
don't.
going to some wild places. Those little mushroom people, I feel like I'm in Fife anytime I watch it.
Oh, God. That's
That's what,
scary.
yeah, Dodd. Yeah, I'm already on it, mate. Love it. Love it. Animation's a place to go. That's my happy place. Good adult animation. Love it.
Oh, God. There
Love
you
it.
go. Niall John Fraser. Greetings from Hong Kong.
Oh.
I saw on X that Dundee Culture Outfit are to launch a soap opera based in the city. It will be set around a fictional pub called the Tays Edge in the equally fictional district of Stobston. I'll leave the rest to you boys.
Is this,
Jesus
is this
fuck-
April
It
Fool's?
better be an April Fool. It better,
That guy,
because that fucking guy would do shit like this.
that
Thanks,
guy
thanks, Niall.
who I can't stand. What I hate about him is he's so positive. And if anybody's vaguely critical or tries to be a bit dark in his stuff, he removes it all.
Yeah, he doesn't.
But he calls himself a journalist, and journalists, that's not journalism.
I've went after him quite a few
Yeah, so-
times, and he's
so
not.
have I.
He gets really upset.
Yeah, no, he's annoying. But they're paying him
Everyone pays him.
But he's jumped onto this music venue. That's his latest thing. And personally, if I'm going out for a good night, it's putting me off that he's involved. He's weird.
Went the wrong way. Now, I've heard something about the music venue.
What's it called?
I have no idea, but I saw pictures of it.
Nazareth.
And it's got, I think it's good for about 4,000 people or something.
What's massive? It's an old bingo hall.
And I think it was the biggest venue in Europe at one point.
It was the biggest cinema in Britain at one time.
It's really big. Now,
Yeah.
here's the problem.
Oh. If you start to go on about the noodling of acoustics, I'm getting up and I'm
Nope,
leaving.
Nope, worse than that.
Oh.
It's opening in stages.
Oh, it's never a good...
So it's opening as a small venue, bigger, different things. But here's the last one. A gaming venue for events. That means the gaming stadium's not coming.
I knew that wasn't happening.
Fuck's sake.
No, it was never happening.
Disaster.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Disaster. But more importantly, who is the very first... When you've got to open a new venue...
Stereophonics.
No, you think that would be it. But you've got to have someone big. You've got to get the crowds there.
Jerry Cinnamon.
Who's the biggest person
If
you
you
could
say
think
The
of?
View.
Nope. Bigger.
Not John Barryman.
Bigger.
What? Royston Vasey.
Bigger.
Lenny Henry.
Massively bigger.
Massively bigger. If you say Taylor Swift.
Bigger.
Oh, who's bigger than Taylor Swift? Beyonce?
DJ Craig Charles.
Yeah.
Craig Charles is coming. So it'll just be people like Red Dwarf that go and listen to him.
I can't stand Red Dwarf.
Oh.
I remember one time I was a student in Glasgow. Craig Charles was in the middle of kind of reassigning himself as a DJ. He was an actor.
Yeah.
Famously, Craig Charles, before the internet, Craig Charles used to rob like PJ O'Rourke. He used to take articles from America and just publish them himself.
That's right, yeah.
He's a bit of he's dodgy. Anyway, he got caught up. He was taking crack cocaine with hookers. And you think, if
We
you're going to be
all
on
have.
TV, why not?
Yeah.
Remember fucking, what's his name? Jeff, what was him who used to do morning television? Boff.
Oh, yeah.
Frank Boff. Frank
Dirty
Boff
bastard.
could party.
He had just a normal jumper.
Underneath
and,
it,
oh my
nipple
God,
clamps,
yeah.
all kinds of shit.
Mental.
But Craig Charles got caught up. In the days where you could actually get in trouble, you can't get in trouble for stuff now.
Not now. No.
There was hookers and crack cocaine. And he was in such a panic. The last of the crack cocaine in his system, he just desperately tried to save his career. And he was mea culpaing it. And we were up smoking dope one night. And he was on the TV through the night, just doing everything. Love me, lovely. And he managed to save himself.
He got out of it.
And now he's on Radio 6 Music. And he's built a bit of a reputation.
Okay.
Because Tim Westwood's largely been cancelled, isn't he?
I think he should be.
He should be. He's a
cancelled,
turd.
cunt, yeah.
So Craig Charles has effortlessly kind of slipped into that kind of groove.
Right. Okay.
I'll be honest with you. I listened to him on Radio 6 Music, not for him, but he's on and he's absolutely fine. He's quite charming. What I can't stand is Grimmy. Grimmy.
Yeah.
That's Grimmy. Grimmy. How'd you like cups of tea? Grimmy's here. And he got binned off Radio 1.
Yeah.
Because radio's brutal.
Yeah. They just get rid of you. That's
And he
it.
ended up, I think, Radio 2 maybe, and he slipped.
Radio 2 murdered Steve Wright.
Just killed him.
Yeah, just killed him.
To put in Joe Wiley or
That's
some
right.
shit.
Just fucking killed him.
But what they do is Joe Wiley's like, there's someone comes off a feet that kills you like a spore or a miasma.
Oh shit.
Because they got rid of Simon Salad Cream.
Oh, that's
Simon
right.
Mayo.
Yeah.
Now, Mayo's been with BBC for fucking decades.
Yeah.
And they thought, we don't quite know. We don't think you know what you're doing,
Yeah.
Simon.
Just get rid of him.
Well, no, we'll get you in with a co-host.
Oh,
Joe Wiley.
spores.
And he's like, oh, I'm not getting near those feet. And he left. But Grimmy's on Radio 6 Music now. It's unlistenable.
Has the most uncharismatic voice.
Terrible.
It's the most. Oh.
She just got bare feet.
Have you heard all the Dundee radio stations where they get these girls? I don't know where they're from.
Mid-Atlantic.
But they all go like that and they've got nasally voices. I can't believe Beyonce was on the telly last night. I couldn't stop watching it. It was amazing. Now the news.
That's awful.
And it's just
Awful.
fucking like listening
But
to a dental drill.
DC Thompson.
Awful.
Radio's brutal. There was DJ and Boogie and Dingo.
What the fuck is
And
that?
Boogie and Dingo, all I know about one of them had Crohn's. And I don't know if it was Boogie or Dingo. But they just got binned. One day they were there, the next day they
They're
got
just
binned.
gone.
But Robin Galloway's thing.
Yeah.
The DC Thompson
Just
security
switched them
just
off.
came in mid
Get
sentence.
the fuck out of here, you prick.
Fuck off.
Yep.
It's horrible DJing.
Do you think we could, look, we've got a reputation now. Do you think we could apply for a job like at a local radio station?
There isn't one, is there?
Yeah.
It's
there's,
all-
TFM.
But is that done in Dundee? Is it not syndicated for somewhere else?
I don't know, maybe. But we could do it.
Morning with Ward.
Was it Wave they used to have beside...
Yeah, that got bent. That got switched
What
off.
was it? It was beside the Rep Theatre.
Yeah, that got
And in
bent.
summer, they'd leave their windows
Oh,
open.
wonderful.
So when I was working for the car firm,
Oh.
I'd put the radio on,
Uh-huh.
drive past it with my horn just constantly blaring, and then if you wait a second, you'd hear your horn on the radio.
That's wonderful.
I'd do it every day, about 7 or 8 times a day. It was really
Remember I
good. Now,
told you to get a hobby.
that was it.
Just
Now,
stick to the ass bleaching.
here's what happened the other day.
But why would you listen to radio really when it's podcasts?
Nobody does listen to radio. That's the problem.
No, that's a problem, yeah. Especially, why would you listen to commercial radio with adverts
It's
every
horrible when
Yeah.
you listen to it. And in this country, the rules around it are so strict.
Yeah,
It's like you can't do anything. It's not entertaining.
no.
So, other day I was in the studio working, and I was
Oh,
watching.
this is the story you were going to tell
yeah,
me. Okay.
I
here
was
we go.
watching.
Is this happy or sad? Should I get a tissue?
in a sexy way.
Either.
You
I'll be
get a
ready
tissue.
for it.
So what happened?
Hold on. I've got a lens wipe.
Same thing. Oh my, what a gentleman! Oh my god! Holy shit! You got a night out tonight?
Uh-huh.
Oh wow!
Uh-huh, just
Okay.
that there.
So, I was watching a documentary on sort of exposing the Tate brothers, right? And they're despicable cunts. That's the end of it. And I was just watching it. Anyway, I finished for the day, and I thought I've got to head to Lidl at the Kingsway. So I went along Dock Street, and I was stuck in traffic. Half an hour, man. Half an hour in the traffic there. Nothing happened. It was just busy, right?
Bumper
So I'm
to
like,
bumper.
Fuck. So I get down to a set of lights,
Uh-huh.
and they go green. But there's a car on the other side of the bit that
Huh.
you walk on. So I had nowhere to move, so I just sat behind me, beep, 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 like that. And I'm like, I can't move. I didn't even look in the mirror. I just can't move, you know. Beep, beep. And I'm like, fucking hell, there's nowhere to go. You can't move. So I look in my mirror, and there's this woman, probably in her 30s. She's in a red Audi. And she's fucking going ballistic. Fucking move, fucking move. And I could hear her, so her window's down,
Uh-huh.
right? So I look across, there's a guy across from me. He's looking back, going, what the fuck is going on? It's just holding the horn, bah, just screaming, right? And I'm like, I can't move, I can't. But I went, oh, fuck off, you know what I mean? Just, I'm not dealing with this. So I'm sitting there, the horn's going, I look at it, and she's getting my attention. And she's like that, she's waving. So I look, she goes, yeah, fucking arsehole, fucking move. I need to get somewhere. I'm like, where do I move to?
Was it Susan?
You would think, right? And then I remembered what I was watching. So I wound the window down. I said, put the window down all the way. She put her head out. And I was watching the Tate brothers.
Uh-huh.
So I shouted, female, silence. Now, I thought that would be funny and diffuse the situation.
No.
I didn't realise that I chose the nuclear option.
Have you heard the expression, red rag to a bull?
I saw a big red button. I didn't realise it was a red button. I thought it was a joke button. But
You
it
thought
wasn't.
the Tate brothers would have real world application.
It was on my mind. I thought it would be
Oh.
funny.
Funny.
There was silence.
Uh-huh.
And I went, she gets it. Right. So I sat back and I looked in them.
Jesus Christ.
And when I looked in that fucking mirror, she was punching her windscreen. So I fucking put my window up and locked the door. I went, oh fuck, I'm in trouble.
Punching her.
She was like this, fucking bastard, punching it, elbowing the fuck. She lost her fucking mind.
She's maybe having a bad day.
So I thought, in for a penny. I put the window down again.
Oh.
Put your window down. And I went, female, know your place. And put the window up again really quickly, right? I looked in the mirror and I saw this. And she was just,
Oscillating.
she didn't know what to do,
Yeah.
right? I swear to God, she was kicking her windscreen. She went. I saw her feet kicking the windscreen. She took the seatbelt off and the door opened. I went,
Rolling her.
I'm going to fucking die. I'm going to fucking die.
There's nowhere to go.
This woman's going to fucking kill me,
But
right?
if you jumped out the car, you wouldn't have got away from her.
I wouldn't. I couldn't.
What is it
that
we-
rage?
What's the thing? Black bears, you fight. Brown bears, you lie down.
Yeah, Dundee women. You're
Polar
fucked,
bears.
right?
They're like Dundonian women are like polar bears.
Same thing. They'll
Yeah.
hunt you down.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Weeks later.
So I'm like, fuck. She's getting out of the car. Now you can't get out to a woman or anything. You just got to. Sorry, you can't get out to a female. This is what
You
I was
can-
channeling the Tate brothers.
You can mesmerise them with cheese. Did you have any
Didn't have
cheese?
any cheese.
Like a cracker barrel.
I would have thrown it out and she would have been on the ground. So I was like, fuck, right, she's getting out. But then she shut the door again
Thought better of
and
it.
went back to punching her windscreen.
Bloody hell. Yeah,
Rage.
that's not normal behaviour.
Rage, right? So eventually the cars move in front, the lights change again, I move forward. We'll get maybe 4 or 5 car lengths. And she wanted to turn into the town and she went in. She was that angry, she hit the horn, turned, curbed her car right up, her alloys right along the curb, went up onto the pavement and drove onto the other side of the road, then realised what she'd done, had to drive back over the pavement again. There could have been people, just rage.
Yeah.
And then she's driving around and I'm looking at like, I'm driving like this and she's still there, peeping her horn, shouting at me from like 50, 60 feet away. She couldn't have
Where's
let
the
it
police
go.
where you need it?
And I'm like, oh, fuck.
Jesus. Imagine she followed you back here.
So all I'm saying, if you're going to get in a fight, and another thing, because I went,
when did they allow women to drive?
this is where it's gone wrong. I said, female, know your
Female,
place.
Know your place. Yeah.
And it made me laugh. So I
Right.
went, ha, 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 ha. But she saw me laughing at her.
Oh no.
And I could just, she was purple with rage.
Oh no.
I've never seen anyone get so angry in my life. And I would genuinely was fearing for my life.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck.
Remember that lassie that killed her boyfriend and blamed it on a stranger road rage incident?
Yeah.
She could have had a little fruit knife in her,
She just stabbed
her
him.
white stiletto.
She opened the petrol tank, threw it in there.
Clever bitch.
And the police at the time didn't believe her.
Yeah.
And they stripped the car and they
Yeah.
found it.
It's like Jurassic Park and with the Velociraptor. Clever girl.
Clever girl. Stabbed him to death.
Wee shorts, Bob Peck shorts. Remember his shorts?
Oh, God, those shorts.
Well dressed,
I
man.
think they were sold for like 50 grand
No
recently.
wonder. He
Wonder.
died tragically young. He's great, Bob Peck.
Yeah.
When was
he
the last
good.
time you watched Slipstream?
Oh, Slipstream is so bad.
Oh, it's fucking shit.
It's so bad.
Every time Britain
makes
tries
no-
to make a Hollywood film, oh no.
What we've got, the plane in it is cool
Oh,
as fuck.
that's the only good thing
But there's a
about it.
guy on a kite.
I've got Slipstream action figures.
Really?
Yeah.
It didn't work, did it?
Yeah,
You'll
no.
be the only one. They'll be
Yeah,
worth something.
Worth a fortune, yeah.
So that's what happened the other day.
Oh well.
And I've realised, I keep telling you I'm not getting involved.
Mm.
But she was being so, it was wildly aggressive.
Yeah.
For no reason. She made her own anger.
Yeah.
We were stuck in traffic. And the
I
only
wa-
person she could blame was me.
My favourite thing on the internet now in 2025 is people being tasered.
It's great fun.
Because you can enjoy somebody being tasered. I don't want to see somebody being shot.
No,
But a tase,
but if they deserve it,
yeah, taser.
that's fine.
But time and time again, the police show up to things and
Yeah.
say, "You've been trespassed. Please leave."
People just go,
They never leave.
Never leave.
They always get themselves arrested.
yeah.
Which I think 90% of American arrests are completely avoidable.
Yeah.
They don't want
I
to
can
arrest.
believe that. Yeah. It's just a
But
pain.
they're so determined. I will have my say.
Yeah.
Nobody now thinks to themselves, I could just shut the fuck up.
I could just shut the
Everyone,
fuck up and leave.
Everyone, it started with reality telly. God, we're doing a podcast, so we're as guilty as everyone else. Everyone
Absolutely.
thinks what they have to say has some validity and some importance.
Oh, wait a minute. We started this because we realised we were stupid. We actually talked about how stupid we were and thought, let's record this.
But there must be an ego involved.
No.
There is.
No. And I would stop that.
If we
I'll
had
tell
no,
you
if
why.
we had no ego, we wouldn't be doing this.
Right. If you are an artist and you're putting your work out, they call it, that's ego. You want to be
There is
known.
an ego.
No, what's about
It's
sharing?
not necessarily sharing.
What? No. What about,
Sharing.
right. What about,
Sharing.
yeah, sharing.
Sharing is caring.
Yeah, it's the human nature to share your thoughts and your work and your art and your
I just want
process.
To, I just want to oscillate Chris
And you have to be-
Shadowin's little chode.
And everyone
It perks up like a little
It does, but
transistor
everyone
radio.
says, "Oh, that's ego. That's ego."
That's ego.
What is it? Well, does
Ego's
ego,
not a bad
ego
thing.
even exist though? I'm not too
There's
sure
no
it even
free will.
exists.
There's no free will.
I'm not sure that ego even
If
exists.
there's
but
no
what I
free
will say-
will, that means we had no say in this happening. This was always going to happen.
yes,
It's a flat black circle, man. This
But-
was always going to happen.
but that's the way
And
time
this
works.
This has always happened.
It's not our choice.
You've always been the
There's no
caretaker,
ego.
Mr. Grady. We've
There's-
always been here.
There's no ego.
This building and
This
some
is
has
it.
always existed.
Oh,
Imagine we're the
God.
pinnacle of life. People say, you've often said, we are like the gestation tubes for the AI.
Yes,
I think humanity's all been leading to this. We are the tip of the spear. This here,
us
right now. Right now.
You know what? I've often suspected this.
I think we should just start sitting like this. Like Elon Musk.
Oh, wait, I could do this. Watch this. Watch. I could balance a phone on my finger.
I think he's done a new
I'm a
thing
genius.
where he's playing a game. And
Yeah.
he's, look how well I'm playing it. But people, I don't play games. But people
Yeah.
says he's like that. And they say people don't play games going like that.
Yeah, and he was the ranked number 1 in the world. We actually paid a really good player.
No, but he's released footage of him playing a game to say, look, I'm brilliant at this. But people are saying he's doing that. So they don't think he's playing it. They think he's sitting in front of a screen.
When someone, and this is what I genuinely believe, they're just going to get him some help. Just take him away to a place, a facility
There's
that
no
could,
help for him.
they could actually just go in there, just sit there, and you
No
can
help
watch
for 'em.
TV. And
The only thing they really need to changing places him.
Mm,
They need to just take all these money,
yeah,
give a homeless person a chance. They'd do better than him, and just have Elon Musk on the street. But don't give him Jamie Lee Curtis's boobs or anything like that.
no,
Give him a worse time than Dan Aykroyd gets. See how he gets on.
I think he'd struggle.
Well, terribly.
I think he'd struggle.
But it needs to be so no one knows. If he just Elon Musk, the worst thing that could happen to him, the best thing for him in the long run, but what he consider, nobody knew his name.
Oh, he's got this thing, and I don't
I'm
think that
seeing
again.
far too much of him.
You say, he's an egomaniac. I don't think that's ego.
No,
I think again, that's this insecurity that comes from a very
from
basic,
having a cyber dick,
just a
cyber chode.
very basic.
But I hear about Elon Musk every
It's not
day of my
complex,
life, and
yeah.
I'm not enjoying that. It's
No, I'm not enjoying it at all.
every
It's
day,
very true.
every day, and you can't avoid it. If people
No,
say, "Well, just
it's
fucking
awful.
sign off the internet." He's on my telly. Stop watching the TV. He's in fucking newspapers. You walk about. People are speaking about it.
And we're going through a strange time
Yes,
at the moment. And what I'm hoping for America, that the people of America are going to go, this is not us, and the leadership are going to realise that maybe the tide's turning and they just calm down a bit.
No,
I don't know. That's what I'm hoping.
nope.
I don't know if it's going to happen, but I'm certainly
Because-
hoping.
People in their bubbles,
Mm-hmm.
liberal people think, "Oh God, he's gone too far." The fucking polling does not back.
Yeah.
He's popular. Americans think Trump's doing something. It's just activity.
Oh my
It's
God.
just
I
stuff.
I hope things don't go
Kind of
wrong.
old folks' home. They give them stuff to do, as we're saying, hobbies.
Yeah.
He's like a hobby
Now it's just stuff.
because he's busy.
Well,
I'm a big believer. I do this in my head all the time. If I'm walking
Yeah.
somewhere, I like to think this is going to be the quickest route, and I can get a number of things done in my mind.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah,
just I like to be. I don't look at it, but I'm
Efficient.
quite efficiency.
Yeah.
There's no efficiency.
It's just a bit of madness.
Yeah,
And you wonder how things like Nazi Germany happened or Cambodia happened, or you wonder how it happened, but it does, and it happens fast.
yeah. It's quickly.
And you
Yeah,
don't realise
What
it's,
Trump's very
you
good
know.
at, and I'll give him this. He's very good at that. He puts someone up in the flagpole.
Yeah.
Puts an idea, he'll go, I could do a third term. Chick's out there. And if people were to react appallingly, wouldn't mention it again,
Yeah.
he pushes out an idea, sees how it lies, and then he withdraws.
It's so dangerous.
It's very
It's
dangerous.
so dangerous. There's
It's
no
very dangerous.
There's no respect for his own country. There's no respect for
No,
the
he did,
people.
but
It's
because
just,
you're a man, he's a man who cares about, I don't get a vibe off him he cares about his own family.
no, he doesn't. This is
his-
a man who
Uh-huh.
said he came from nothing and worked his way up.
Yeah.
He
wasn't,
just says that.
He wasn't even going to be the heir to the Trumps. He was like the Prince Edward or the Trump family.
God, yeah.
But his brother, who was kind of there apparently, the older
Mhm.
one, was an alcoholic. And he fucked up. That's it.
Just blew it.
So Trump would have just been this
Just useless.
He is useless, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, join us on
Fuck.
Patreon for as low as $2.
Imagine our families had vast fortunes.
Where you could see the full video
Imagine
version of
us
this.
as like wealthy playboys.
I think we'd be running this country with an iron fist by now.
Oh God, yeah. Can imagine.
Oh, Jesus.
No,
it's not good.
you would just spend your day design. Well, the Speaker of the House of Commons has been able to spend $7 million doing up his apartments. Lindsay Hoyle.
That's ridiculous.
And they don't seem, folk are feeling a bit of the sting here.
We were talking about that lottery last week. It was 114 million or something.
In this country?
Euro millions.
Euro millions, okay.
Now, say I won that.
Yeah.
I would have enough money
You don't buy a ticket.
for the rest of my life. I know, but you just can't imagine.
No.
So just imagine I won it. I would have enough money to pay my bills for the rest of my life,
Yeah.
and I would know a hell of a lot of millionaires
Yeah.
because I would give it away.
Oh, yeah, you'd have.
Because, and here's another thing.
Mhm.
I would set up a solicitor firm or get them to do it where they give out the money. Because if I was to give out the money, I would start deciding who's worthy. And that's the first.
Oh, no, but then...
That's the first
But a
inkling.
solicitor's firm, they would immediately make sure one of their family got it. They would
No,
trick you.
I would have something in
We'd
place.
set up a charity.
I would have
You know what
something in
charities
place.
are
No,
like?
to stop being
You better-
doom and gloom. I'm
It is
trying to
doom
be
and gloom.
sensible.
You better just going about, and I know it's difficult for you, but
Mhm.
if you wore a discreet outfit, maybe got rid of the hat,
Yeah.
and just went about and sat in coffee shops, just lived life
Yeah.
like a wandering minstrel, but no noodling.
Oh.
And you just went about and you listened, and you just heard people's, like George Michael used to do.
Yeah,
And
but the
just swap
problem with
people
that,
out.
you decide who's getting the money. If you do that, that's the first.
Yeah, but
That's
feel,
the first bit of
No, but
power you have because
no.
of money.
But they're not coming they're not coming begging to you. They're not
Mhm.
having to sit in prostrate in front of you. and
Yeah.
ask. It's just people discussion, and you hear and you see a sort of you look at you could just hand out your
I'd be
largesse.
nervous of that.
It'd be good.
I'd be nervous of going, well, I wouldn't give
You
it to
see
them,
yeah.
but I'd give it to them. Maybe you just didn't like that person on that day. Maybe they said something you don't
Yeah,
like.
it's difficult.
But that's their own
It's
opinion.
difficult. That's
And they could need that
power,
money.
power of money, man.
And
it's true.
that's where I wouldn't want that power.
But the wealthy, what they do is they don't give anybody any of the money.
Well, I would,
And then-
because I wouldn't want that
There's
power.
a woman on
Oh.
Sunday morning TV, and her whole attitude is, she says, yeah, it's quite simple. You don't tax billionaires because they know better. You allow them to decide which charities they give money to. And that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I
It's
mean, just tax them. It's quite simple.
just tax them.
Just tax them. And they say they're all going to leave the country. Never once.
No, it doesn't happen.
Never once has any of these cunts that threatened to leave the country left the country.
What was I listening? It was 2%. If they just took 2% over people that own over 10, they have over 10 million in assets, and
Wouldn't even notice.
it's 24 billion a year.
Wouldn't even notice.
That's
the
this
money.
country.
Wouldn't even notice.
24 billion a year. Everything is solved.
We're living in a time
2%.
with like the kind of Maharishis, the Mughal emperors guys, and we're living in a time where the disparity between wealth is bigger now than it was then.
Mhm.
You think of Victorian street urchins,
Yeah.
and then the wealthiest people can fucking gymkhanas and polo and all this shit.
Yeah.
The money was closer then.
I was on minimum wage
Yeah.
and accidentally got taxed an extra 12%.
Oh Jesus.
It took me a year and a half of phoning and everything to get that money back. And when I did, do you know what I got back? I got it back taxed.
Oh Jesus.
I'd already paid tax. This was extra. But because they gave it back, I went, that can't be right. Oh, it turns out it fucking
we
is.
spoke about the listeners. There's a few listeners that
Yeah.
have eBay and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
After you sell 30 items
Yeah.
in a year,
They're looking at you.
and they're wanting to tax you for that 30
It doesn't
items.
mean, it doesn't mean they're necessarily going to tax you, but they will be looking at you to
They'll
make
still
sure
look
you're
at
not
you.
a shop.
They'll
Yeah.
look at you. Yeah,
Yeah. So everyone's getting
that's
taxed.
the end. That's just the end.
Tax
you
the
can't
rich.
make it.
2%, 10 million over across the board,
Mhm.
right? And they said, oh, there's problems with that. They can't do it because then that'll be 2% of someone's assets and they'd have to clear money and stuff like that. 2%, man.
You need
2%.
I'm a big believer. You really need a valve, a pressure valve for people. Like you would think of Japan. Japan is this extremely polite society,
Mm-hmm.
but it realizes there needs to be some criminality, some dodge.
Well, the thing is,
There
the
needs to
belief
be something.
there's a lot of people looking to Japan because it's so conservative. No, it's socially conservative. It's a very liberal country, and this is what they don't understand. Japan is very liberal. They don't get it. It's just socially conservative. And this is what happens. You need a balance.
But
anyway,
you need to give people a little bit of scratch.
of
A little
course
bit
you
of
do.
scratch money.
Of course you do.
Little bit of
You've
scratch.
got to have something where you feel good.
But little acts of like semi-criminality. Not give people a wee dodge, a wee bit of scratch, a wee bit of money.
But you know
on the
you
side.
can't have a society without criminal behaviour.
Yeah, because if you don't,
It's a fact.
because a little bit of fucking a little side hustle, a little legal side hustle. If you take that away from people, people are going to go full crim.
Yeah, of
They'll
course they
think,
do.
God, drug dealing looks really fucking fun. Again, I'm
Yeah.
not paying tax on that at all. No tax. I might have a wee grow farm. Look, how many plants?
Well, this
could
is
we
what
grow?
happens.
How many plants? Can
You
we
see
grow
the
in here?
countries that have brought in where you have to
Half of this.
pay for
10 plants.
but you see the countries where you have to pay for going to the tip.
Yeah.
And you have to book it and it's quite expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Fly tipping's an all time high.
Well, explain this to me then. It's free to take your stuff to the tip here. Why is
Yeah.
Dundee an absolute scabby asshole?
Yeah, it's true.
Even when it's free, laziness. Everyone's got cars. No.
No, not everyone has cars. And it can be
Shikes,
very
You
difficult
can get
to
a mate to take someone.
No,
over.
that's not true.
You can reach out to the bin man. They'll take away your settee.
No, what
Easy.
happens in my street?
Uh-huh.
It's 30 quid to get your settee, a few other things to get them picked up,
Oof.
right? But in my street, they just take it out and they leave it on the bins.
No.
And here's a fact: they will pick it up because they can't leave it there.
No, can't leave it there.
So it's like, oh,
Because
it's
somebody will
torture.
start sitting in it.
Ladies and gentlemen, until next time,
2025.
laters,
It's April the 1st. We didn't do a joke.
dude, we are the
we
joke.
are the joke.
Laters.
We'll be from the zoo soon.
You know, I've been telling people that we have cues, and if you do a good line, I'll talk over it and ignore it because you got to let it hang. If I can't add to it, then ignore it. And we've got little things like that. And at the end, and I go laters, and there's a timing.
Never learning
And
it.
you just never.
Do you know
get
that? You know that a pig wags its tail when it's happy? Nothing will make me happier this year. We stood there with
Yeah.
a pig, an exotic pig.
when it wags its tail?
It's wagging its tail. That'll be it. I'll retire. I'll
Do
be
you not
like,
have straight tails?
eh?
They have straight tails,
Yeah, some of them cuddly, but some of them
No,
most
but
of
they're
them
straight.
Yeah, they cuddle them.
and then they hold them up, but they're
Mm.
actually straight.
Oh.
Until next time, laters. You're annoying as fuck. I
Oh.
fucking hate you.
Ta-ta!
Hill, true men bring the thrills, the saviors of all culture, the heroes of the mighty Scotland, the smartest men in all the land, the best looking men in history. Call on for Derek Pendas, out in Scotland, the greatest podcast ever. Out in Scotland will change your life. Focus Scotland.